My name is Alan Turnbull, and I'm the captain of Company H, 37th Alabama. And this is our third year doing living history at Debary Hall. Well, I've always wanted to be in a reenactment unit. My interest in the Civil War started way back in the early 1960s with my uncle and my grandmother telling me stories about my great-grandfather who fought in the Union Army. He was in the 8th Maine, and my grandmother would tell me stories about him. And of course, the centennial of the Civil War happened at that time in the early 1960s, and all the play sets came out and everything. So, my interest started then. I started a book collection, which I have over 300 books today on the Civil War. It's a big part of my life. Okay, well, there's no dislikes, so we'll get rid of that altogether. The likes and everything, I love history, I love American history, specifically the Civil War, which I believe had to happen, and it changed us for the good. It put us on the world stage as a world power. I like talking to kids that come out for school days. It's amazing what they don't know and how much they're eager to learn. So I would say our best time that we have is when we actually are doing living history, we're doing school days, interacting with the public. It's probably our best time reenacting. Well, we host the event at Mount Dora at Renniger's, making sure that wood supply and water supply is on site. We do have to have a tent for the ladies' ball at Saturday night. We have a military ball, so we have to make sure that is up and running, and the insurance and everything else that goes with it. It's a little hectic. Fortunately, we only have to do it once a year, so but it's involved. Thought that maybe during the course of the weekend, if you get a young person's mind thinking, and they go online or they go to the library or they go on Amazon and buy a book on the Civil War and start to be a little interested, I think that's probably the most rewarding aspect of Civil War reenacting.
Well, I'm a pretty patriotic guy. I really honor what those guys did back in the 1800s. And it was really, our country was at a crossroads between big government, big federal government, and states' rights. And I've always been a small government, states' rights kind of guy. I like the whole thing. It's camping out, kind of primitive style. All of our fellow reenactors, they're like family. They're just a great bunch of people, very supportive. Well, I do have another life. I am employed I have a chiropractor, and so, there's work, but then this is vacation.
Well, living history is important because history, American history as a general item, is not being taught in school, all right? And there's a lot that I could say about that, but I'm not gonna. A lot of kids, when they show up for Kids Day or school days, don't know American history at all, and it's scary for our country not to know where they came from and what people did and sacrificed to get us to where we are today is a must. Americans must know their history. Otherwise, people can come along and say anything and people will go ahead and go with it because they know no better. So history, American history, where we came from, how we came here. The Civil War changed us from a loose nation of states with powerful state rights to a nation that was collectively brought together with a strong central government in which we could not operate today on the world stage.